And we are here for Miller versus Pero. Miller having a slight advantage with the power and with the chin, but everything else going in the way of Pero. Now for the first time I am using my new game that I have made myself, my new match engine. This will be available very soon on Google Play. If not ready, check it out, C64 Sims Boxing. So we will see. Usually I obviously use the classic C64 game, Sierra Championship Boxing, but we thought we'd modernise a little bit. We thought we'd go for a new approach, and we have made our own very own match engine, something that I'm very proud of. You know, it took a little bit of time, but we're finally here. We'll see if it's as accurate as the original. You know, this is not a successor in any way, but maybe a spiritual successor, maybe just motivation and inspiration taken from the original. But a good first round, this quite tight. I think Miller may have got the first round there. But a fight that I am very much looking forward to. This game, I didn't make it advanced enough to predict that Miller would not have any hair coming into this fight. Obviously in his last fight, his hair got punched off his bonce. Another round done there. And Pero's starting to take control a little bit more. Has Miller trapped on the ropes at this moment, but Miller just answering back there. So, Miller getting his hair punched off in the last fight. That was extremely entertaining. Probably the only thing in that fight against Kingsley Iber. Not the most exciting fight, but with the hair coming off, it kept Miller relevant. And it keeps him up there. And if he can get a win here, this could be huge for him. That'll put him in such a good spot. He won't be far away. Maybe the Fabio Wardley fight would be back on, presuming he comes out. Maybe it will be on regardless if both men lose. I believe that said another round to Miller there. So Miller's going really well in this. It'll be interesting to see how he does that down the stretch. But Pero, he is a real problem, and I think he is exactly the sort of guy that will need to get himself into a mandatory position for him to get a shot, because I don't think people will be queuing up to fight him. Struggling with names a bit on his record. He did beat Jordan Thompson, who had stepped up to heavyweight for that one. And I like that about Jordan Thompson. He'll always get in there with anyone. Real fighting man. But Pero's going to have to go the long route, if you ask me. Which, he's not the youngest guy. He spent a lot of time on that amateur scene, picking up gold medals all over the world. Pan American Games and at the Youth Olympics. And has a very, very good Olympic record, also an Olympian at Rio 2016, so he's a real capable fighter. But that being said, being Cuban, English not being the first language, it's really going to be a job of getting into a mandatory position and really forcing the champion to defend against you. He's a slick southpaw as well, so it's not an easy night's work for anyone, and it's not proven that way for Jarell Miller right now, as quite a sizable lead Pero is building. And another round for him there. Will this fight go the distance? We are getting towards the end, and Pero looks like he is going to sail to victory. Miller's had his moments. He's landed some good shots, but not quite enough. Not been able to put Pero down. But let me know, guys, what you think of this game. It's very early, you know. I'm about to release it, so there still might be things that could be done improved. So I would love to hear any feedback you've got. I thought we'd run it this week because we're meant to have the double fight week with Lawrence Coley and Tony Yoka. That didn't happen due to a Coley failing a drugs test. So we'll be doing the Jacob. There we go. We have our winner, and it is Pero winning by majority decision. 115, 115. Then he won it 117, 113, and 118, 112. That is your C64 prediction. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think the game's looking like at the moment. Let me know if you purchased it on Google Play. Thank you so much for watching.